All right, guys, so we are on plate day. So what you're going to need is a plate. All right, so for this, you can come in and check one out. A 25-pound plate would probably be good for the ladies, or 35 on the heavier side. Of course, if you need to go lighter than that, you can. For the men, we have 45-pound plates. That would probably be the way to go. Maybe a 35 or a 25 for the lighter side. I do have two 55-pound plates. You got to be real careful with those if you check those out. But a couple of you guys can check the 55s out if you would like to. So let's go over our strength stuff. We have 3 to 4 sets, just like we typically do in class. We got shrimp squats, plate, hollow leg raises, and deficit glute bridges for your strength stuff. So I'm going to have Diane come in here and we're going to go over these movements. So for the shrimp squat, you're going to have a plate. So hopefully, if you need to scale it, you have a plate size that's going to help you out enough. And the first scale for the shrimp squats is going to be with the plate on the ground. She's just going to go down, tap her knee to the plate, and then stand back up. All right, so it's a little bit of help. The thicker plate that you have, the easier that's going to be. And you do want it to be pretty close to the plate when you're starting those out. The other scale for these shrimp squats is going to be with the plate out in front of you, so she's going to use that plate as a counterbalance. So if you have poor ankle mobility, hip mobility, this is probably a bit better of a scale for you. But again, you're just going down, tapping your knee to the ground, foot doesn't touch. And then if you don't need anything, your normal shrimp squat is just going to be knee to the ground, stand back up. So we have 8 per leg there. Our next movement is going to be a plate hollow hold with a leg raise. All right, so you're going to grab a plate. If you're unable to do this with a plate, then you can just substitute either leg lifts or a hollow hold instead of doing the hollow leg raises with the plate. So she's got the plate here. She's in a good hollow position. Shoulders are up off the ground a little bit. Her low back's touching the ground. And from here, she's going to bring her legs, raise them up till they touch the plate, and then control them back down. We're not going all the way down to the ground with your feet, though. So you're going to stop hovering just off the ground and then pull the legs back up. Obviously, it's a hollow position, so you do need to really work on maintaining a good hollow throughout the entire set. And you're doing between 15 and 20 reps there. Okay? And then the next thing is our deficit glute bridge. So since you have the plate, we're going to utilize it. And what you do with this is have your feet on top of the plate so that your butt is going down lower than the level your feet are. So it gives you a little bit extra range of motion. So just like your normal glute bridges, you're going to lift your hips up as high as you can, squeeze at the top, and lower them back down. You want to make sure you're a good distance from the plate where you feel it in your butt. You don't want to feel it in your hamstrings too much. If you feel it in your hamstrings down here, you might be a little bit too far away. Try playing around by sliding your butt a little bit closer. Let's do that variation real quick. One variation that you can do if you want a little bit more of a challenge is going to be a glute bridge. You're going to come up and hold. Wait, both feet on the ground. She's going to come up and hold, and then she's going to pull one knee up to her chest and lift the leg straight up in the air, and holding on this other leg the whole time. And then she's going to reverse course with that leg and bring it back down, and then lower her hips down. So that's one variation you can play around with to make things a little bit more challenging if you want to. All right? Now, let's get moving on to our timed workout. We have a 13-minute AMRAP. All right, so you're going to be using the plate again for this. We have 12 plate ground to overheads. We have 8 burpees onto the plate and 20 Russian twists. So this is a workout in which you should be able to keep moving pretty much the whole time. There shouldn't really be anything in here where you're going to get failure or hit failure and have to be setting the weight down too often or really have to stop and rest. The sets are pretty small. So again, I'm looking for you guys to just keep moving. So set a pace early on in the workout and stay going for the whole 13 minutes. So let's go over movement number 1 of the plate ground to overhead. So Diane's going to grab the plate and you're going to angle it down. So notice her thumbs are pointed down here. She's grabbing the plate in the middle. She's going to tap the front edge of the plate down, and then using her hips and legs, keeping her back straight, she's going to deadlift the plate up, and as she does that, extend hard, bring the plate through the middle, and extend overhead. So if you notice right there, this side of the plate is facing her body the whole way up and back down until it gets below her waist. and then she faces that out in the other direction. All right, so let's go ahead and do a couple full speeds so you can see what that looks like. Okay. Another thing you notice here, she's doing a great job of keeping this plate as close to her body as she can. All right, so again, back straight, use the legs, keep the plate close. Next movement, we have 8 burpees to the plate. So essentially, you're just doing a burpee on the ground, touch your chest, jump your feet forward, and then you're jumping up onto the plate, and then you can step or jump back down. So it's just really important that you back up far enough that your head's not over the plate when you're doing that, so you can make sure your chest is touching. I do want you to actually jump up onto the plate. Don't step up onto the plate. So 2-foot jump, but then you can step off the plate if you want to. And then our third movement is Russian twists. So we have 20 of them, and that's going to be 10 each side. So every time the plate hits the ground, that's going to count as a rep. So you notice her feet are up off the ground. She's in a good V position, and she's just tapping the plate. And the speed that you go here is up to you. You can go as fast as you can, get it over with. You can go a little bit more controlled, but really, you're just working on keeping your core engaged and keeping the hips, or the feet up off of the ground. All right, so there is your plate workout of the day. Hope you guys have fun with it. Make sure you put your name in that you've completed the workout.